Alan Roskoff, New York. In the early 70s, you have to bear in mind that there was nobody who was open. Anytime homosexuals appeared on TV, they had their faces digitalized out or they spoke in shadows. And that's the way it was until a group of us came out and were proud of being gay. And it was very difficult for me because I grew up, when I was about 10 years old, I was aware of the fact that homosexuals were not allowed into the armed services. So I always knew that at that point my parents would find out. And it wasn't until 1970 that I went to a meeting of the Gay Activist Alliance, and I went in there and I felt perfectly at home. And I became an activist overnight. I headed the municipal government committee and became the lobbyist for the gay rights bill for 16 years. And it was a wonderful, wonderful time. In the early 70s, it was against the law for same-sex couples to dance in any establishment that had a cabaret license. So we went to, 6 of us went to the Rainbow Room, top of Rockefeller Center, and we went as man, woman, man, woman, man, woman, and we were dancing on the, while a woman was singing a rather slow song. And midway through, we switched partners, and I was dancing with this guy. And management came over, and they didn't know what to do because we had alerted the press. As a result of that, the Consumer Affairs Commissioner, who was then Bess Meyerson, changed the regulations so that same-sex couples were allowed to dance. And there was a big article in the Post called, the headline was, "Gays Win In A Waltz." And as a result of that action, we changed the regulations, and so it was early on when that changed. Then there was a law on the books that, well, there's a regulation at the Taxi and Limousine Bureau that if you were homosexual and you drove a cab, you needed a letter from a psychiatrist saying that it was okay for you to drive a cab, that you were of sound mental mind in spite of the fact that you're homosexual. So a group of us went up to the Taxi and Limousine Bureau. I was wearing work overalls, and so was another guy, and we were carrying a couch. And we got the couch into the service entrance all the way up to the Taxi and Limousine Bureau's offices. It was downtown by Wall Street. And we kept going from office to office until we were by the commissioner's office. And the secretary started screaming, "We didn't order a couch, we didn't order a couch." So I was introduced as a doctor, saying that I was there to make sure that the commissioner, as a heterosexual, was of sound mind to be commissioner of the Taxi and Limousine Bureau. So as a result of that action, they changed the regulations there also, and you no longer had to have a note if you were a homosexual cab driver.